we saying bye to? Buy sips? Buy
no.
warm board
Yeah.
scraps?
Yeah, sips.
Buy some sawmill scraps?
There's a tiny piece of warm board in there, but yeah, just mostly just junk wood that we've collected. Some of the stuff, like, we don't want anything with metal on the property, so anything that had screws or nails or... We took that to the dump. Where we can, we always try to salvage the screws because they're not free, and we don't like to just throw things at the dump. But some of this stuff, you know, it's just wood. We thought about chipping some of it like we did last year, but a lot of it's just too big for the chipper. Or it's particle board or treated wood.
You're gluing it.
You don't really want that in your garden. So we decided to save what we could for the burn pile and what we could for compost and what we could for the dump. For anyone who thinks that we're doing a disservice, do you know what they're gonna do with this wood at the dump?
Burn it.
Burn it. So we're just skipping a step. A portion of it does get recycled and turned into wood chips, and then they burn it. So it really is a matter of at what stage does it get burned. In all fairness, some of this stuff gets turned into energy that you use to power your iPad, and that's good. We're not gonna take this stuff and have it chipped because our dump actually pays money to get rid of wood. So when they see you coming with a truckload of crates, they're like, hey, what you doing with those crates? And you're like, I'm taking them to the dump. And they're like, oh, that sucks. Those cost us money to get rid of. But metal, on the other hand, they're like, come on in. Bring all your refrigerators and your washers and dryers and cars and everything else, because they make money on the metal.
What the heck? Oh, I am man. I throw tree and pile of fire.
This is as much property cleanup as anything. Every spring before the grass gets this high, it's nice to just go around. When the snow comes, like, everything dies or dormants or whatever, and you can actually see the ground. And then as soon as that sun rain kicks in, like, the grass grows like a weed, and now you can't find anything. So now's your chance to kind of tidy up any last little loose ends. And burn season starts
soon,
in a couple weeks. And pretty soon we'll have to, there'll be burning allowed, but it gets harder and harder and harder the closer to summer we get. So better to do it on a nice rainy day.
This wasn't part of the original plan, but now that we're burning, we're trying to figure out what else we want to burn. We milled all these stickers, but they're all different thicknesses.
Right.
And we've spray painted them and color coded them, but we want to build like a really nice sticker bin.
Yep.
And we'd rather just have everything uniform, and like, these are so easy to mill again. This is borderline junk wood, and it's just taking up space.
A lot of the stuff that we did milling the timber frame was reactionary. This is one of those. We just grabbed whatever was handy. We spray painted them so that we didn't end up with odd thickness stickers together and creating warped wood. But in the end, you're like, you have like orange, gray, black.
Do you ever notice when we get outside after spring, like, it's rare to have good outside conditions, and when we are outside, it's like you can't get anything done because you see one thing and then you start doing that and then another thing, and you guys don't even know what the goals are of today. Like, we haven't even started that yet, but we'll get there.
Spring cleaning. What are you doing? You want in? Guys, watch this jump. You want in? You ready? Come on. Come on. It's locked, Bugaboo. It's locked, dude. Do you have the key? You don't have the key? Okay. I guess I'll go around and let you in. Bugaboo. Little stinker. Bugaboo. Come on, dude. Poor guy. Okay, bye. It's looking pretty good. Watch out, everybody. We're on a cleanup rampage. Watch out.
Watch out. Are you ready?
I'm ready. What's the plan? The project?
The plan is to build 2 raised beds in the middle.
Yep.
Which is gonna bring us out to about here. Man, I would really love to finish that bed, but that's kind of a bonus.
That would be a bonus, but it's doable.
It is doable. In my plans, this is all accounted for.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't realize I stopped short.
Oh, yeah.
Because I ran out of wood. And our big goal is to be ready for gardening season. We're not there yet. We want to be to the point where all we're waiting on is starting our seeds indoors and transplanting them to the garden or direct sowing our seeds. And we're not there because we're missing a bed.
Yeah, last year we used these black plastic bins, which worked really well. We're going to use those this year, right? Those aren't off the table.
The whole plan was to have the beds stop about right here. That way you could open the gate and you could bring a garden cart
And there was
in
room for the garden cart.
and move around. We're not planning on filling the beds today, just getting them built because filling them is pretty easy.
Well, building them won't be too hard, but we've got to dig through the boneyard and find materials. So there's 11 feet between the beds side to side, and you're wanting to build a 4-foot bed.
Yep.
So there'll be 3.5 feet on the outside, or about 42 inches for the wheel cart to get through. I don't know that you really need to like literally drive the cart all the way around.
I agree.
Like come down and then go back. You may want to have room to stand next to the cart, like walk past the cart, or you may have to just pull the cart in and then as you walk out, push the cart back out.
You can unload the cart from one side or the other.
Right.
Like probably not the handle end, but
Correct, yeah. Okay, let's measure that, and then I think just mapping this out is gonna like make the whole thing make more sense in our heads, right? So go to the bed all the way there. And let's just mark off 3.5 feet.
there's
So it's about right there.
I think that's plenty of space to maneuver.
And you're gonna have an 8-foot bed, which will be about here. Okay, and then come down here, and you want 3.5 feet between them probably.
Or what we could do is run it to the end of that bed and then see how much that would leave us between. That way it's all like super
let's
crisp.
measure that. So that's 7 feet. 8 feet would be right here.
Okay.
It's pretty doggone close. I mean,
That's close enough, yeah. And to me, if we have 2 feet between, that's fine. I think I'm more worried about walking between. I don't think you need to get the cart between.
I think you have a decision about whether you want to build a perfectly aesthetically pleasing garden or a functional garden.
Oof.
Like, do you want it to look really good from the drone, or do you want to be able to move around?
But Pinterest.
Hard decisions in this modern world.
Yeah.
Do we make it look good on Instagram, or do we make it work?
Oh, it's so hard.
31, 32. So you'd have about 10 inches total beside the cart if you push it all the way up against one of the garden beds. About that much beside it.
That's not bad.
I mean,
do you think we could make the corner?
It might. It'd be really tight, but I don't know if you'd really want to. Or if you really need to, I guess, is a different question. I think walking is the key, not pushing the cart.
I agree. And how often are you putting stuff in there in a wheelbarrow? Not very. If it's too ergonomic, we're going to become lazy. So
True.
my
We should
excuse
make-
for bad design, exercise.
Build a garden that's uphill both ways. Then we have no excuses.
And it snows in
and it
July.
snows in July all year round.
Those came out of here, as well as a bunch of burnables. And now this trailer's free to use again. You see that mark?
About there, yeah. Perfect.
There.
Okay. Maybe. Don't want to pull your other bed apart. That work?
Nice. So I made this garden particularly hard on myself because it's built on a slope. It's kind of built into the hillside. So all the tops of the posts and all the tops of the bed are level with each other, but it's been on unlevel ground. So that's why we can't just build a square and level bed, because when we set in the garden, it's gonna tilt. And the food doesn't care, but that's not what we want. Good. I like the sound of the fire crackling, not cackling.
It is kind of.
In the background, sounds like we're camping.
Yep.
Not that I love camping, but
Yeah, that's why we used a marker when we did our concrete. Remember?
Yep.
It's pretty hard to mark with a graphite pencil. You don't want to tie it super tight.
nope.
It's not about tight, it's about just being on the line.
I like it. Wow, this makes me really happy. So if you're wondering, this bed is 4 foot wide in the middle because 2 feet is pretty comfortable from either side to reach. You don't want to be reaching over 4 feet. And these beds on the outside are 3 feet because you can't get to them from the other side, but it is a little bit more of a stretch. But that was kind of my grand plan, to maximize the space here. So I really like this layout.
Yep, and then we'll just pull 8 from the other side.
Like I'm playing Chinese jump rope.
Yep. There you go. Guys, I have a little secret I have to share. Alyssa said I can share, so it's okay. Her jeans look like they have pockets. They're not real pockets. So Alyssa's like, I was gonna grab my pocket knife, but I don't even have a pocket anyway. Carhartt, Duluth, you guys. So we need you guys to kind of step up here and think about those working moms, you know, that need pockets. Come on. And if we have to, we'll start signing petitions. We're not above it. Looking good.
This is the cedar we used last time.
Yeah.
But from my memory, I did comb through all the good cedar, and what's left is a lot of junk.
I agree with that. We can dig through this for a minute. I mean, it'd be nice to get rid of it.
Right.
We've been saving it forever.
Yep. We also have that little bed on the end if we want to measure for it real quick.
Oh yeah, that too. So yeah, let's just dig through this pile for a while and find our materials.
That one looks pretty junky.
It is, but it's good enough for a garden. You're not gonna walk on it, you know?
Well, some stuff too, where there was a hole, I'd put like a 2x4 on the inside. I know, like super tacky.
Catching the boat. This one, oof, not much left of that one.
Just makes building not fun.
Ask us how we know. That. This is the 4 feet?
Yep.
Okay. Right there. Okay. Looks like it's probably 9 feet or something.
9.
Yeah, so we'll cut a foot off of that. That'll work good.
Yeah. So that's 1 8-footer. This will be 2 8-footers. 1, 2, 3. And that looks like a 12, so I don't even think this one needs to be measured. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Let me just make a cut here.
Okay, square and cut.
Yeah. Nice.
4. It's a very ugly post.
This one's already partially composted, so that helps.
It does. We'll enrich the soil.
Yep. So I say we use that guy.
They don't even need to be 4x4.
Well, we just need 2 square sides, right? That's
Yep.
the lesson we learned from the last round was
I think these were being used as stickers somewhat.
they are. Well, I'm just kind of looking at their value as a sticker versus a garden post. So probably keep that one. It's probably more valuable as a sticker.
1, 2, 3. Plus the ugly one.
Which bed do you want to build first?
Let's do the far bed, I'm thinking. It'll be, that way we're not like walking over a bed, right? Man, I missed that.
Oh, that sound. So when you attach a board like this, It's good to stagger the screws like
Oh,
this.
gotcha.
Kind of spreads the clamping force.
Okay.
You're less likely to get a weird split. So
Just throw one more in there.
I put one more and kind of stagger it just a little bit. Let's see. Oh, let's start with the easy boards because we're lazy. I know we shared this many moons ago. These are from the barn in the house that we tore down almost 4 years ago now. So we learned that this is 1 by 12 cedar, and it was milled at a local sawmill, and that puts this lumber probably somewhere around 70 to 80 years old, which means our neighbor who worked at that sawmill when he was a teenager probably milled this lumber. Yeah, this isn't just wood, this is like history. So I got this. If you just want to come put this board on here and just put one screw in it. That way the board will hinge. And then I'm gonna hold this, if you could clean that bark mulch out below just a little bit. Good, don't dig it out, just clean it out. So go ahead and grab the level, the laser, and just set it on this board, and we should get a perfect beep if we haven't messed up the bark mulch too much.
It's beeping. That's pretty good. It's trying.
Says we're 1/10 of an inch
Good
too high. Hold on.
Wow.
That'll work.
That's awesome. Good.
Yep. And go ahead and put a third one in there. Let's give these freestanding beds kind of a fighting chance. We're not going to put any kind of triangulation in here, I don't think, to keep them square of the dirt.
Once they're filled, they're probably not going anywhere.
Yeah, we're going to use the dirt squaring method. Okay, yep. And then this one.
It's pretty good.
It's looking like a box, love.
Wow.
The dirt doesn't know. Yeah, that's looking good.
There'll be a lot of tomatoes in here in a couple months.
Uno mas. I almost think that cut actually is square and the post just isn't square. Figure that out. Because the post looks crooked to me and the board looks plumb. Nope. Definitely my cut. So yeah, let's just rip that real quick.
This is bunged up. Probably put on the bottom.
Yeah, we'll just put a screw through it. Just put one for now. That's looking pretty good there. Yeah, let's see if this worked out.
It's pretty good.
How far are we off?
0.36. Oof,
Quarter of an
slacking.
inch.
Little high? Little high. That's level.
So this side's high. I can see that actually. It's not in the. It's not down in the
great,
mulch.
So let's get it down. Check that.
I'm thinking that's gonna be it.
0.7? 0.18. 0.2. 0.2.
Let's try that.
0.2.
0.2 what? Up or down?
That's too high.
Too high. Okay, guys. I guess the tomatoes are gonna be a quarter of an inch too high. Oh well.
Good enough.
I think we should call this video dirt cheap, $0,
Raised bed gardening.
ain't never gonna make it to Pinterest, raised bed garden beds.
But damn, it'll grow a lot of
But
food.
it'll grow food.
1 down, 1.5 to go. So I should do both the bottom sides on the south side.
Let's see. Look like 12. Yep. So we can get 4s, 2 8s, and 2 4s.
That should probably work.
And then we have a bunch of 4-inch, which will probably be perfect for one side or the other.
Yep, we'll make it work.
Okay, so I'll cut these to 8s and 4s.
Wow, that is a cherry on top of my Sunday.
Oh yeah. Boneyard's killing it today. How much money have you spent today?
$0.
And how much boneyard have we destroyed today?
A lot.
Lots of it.
I mean, we didn't make a dent in the boneyard, but we did use a lot from the boneyard.
It feels good. It's nice to see the boneyard getting smaller. And that's what you always hope for, is that one day I'm going to build something out of that, which you tell yourself too much. And I have to say, there's people with boneyards that never build anything, but this one's working for us, so.
Wow, that's so sexy. So Jesse had a great idea. We need to put lettering on the entrance of the garden, that bed.
Yeah, this one.
And we decided on grow, eat, rinse, repeat.
Grow, eat, rinse, repeat. Perfect. Someone can make that sign for us. I'm not sure if we should hand paint it or somebody wants to volunteer to make us a grow, eat, rinse, repeat. It's 4 feet wide. Hint, 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 hint. You know, the bark mulch makes it really easy to work in here. If I was like crawling around in the rocks and the mud and stuff, you know, wouldn't be that great. But
in case you haven't seen the video where we made all of these wood chips, we had a bunch of waste on our property and we just rented a wood chipper. And these wood chips have been awesome. We almost didn't have a single weed in our garden. We sure as heck didn't have any in the walking areas. And we did have a couple in the raised beds, but I think we're hoping to find some more yard waste on our property this year to make another round of wood chips, because I don't think you could have too many. Beautiful. Wow. Are you happy exactly?
yeah, you?
Yeah.
Is that for an 8? And then we'll cut a couple 4s out of this. Uno. Don't say.
Well, hey little onion seedlings. Do you guys see that? Look at them babies go. Don't worry guys, we're not gonna start all of the seeds without you, but we did want to start these guys. But within the next couple of days, there's a bunch more seeds to start, and those we hope we can do on camera. And last but not least, we have something we want to share with you guys. Wow, is that the last one?
That's the last one. Well,
nice.
you put screws and everything, but
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is the last one.
these beds look good.
Wow.
I'm really happy. I'm happy we have this stuff. Like, I don't know. It's nice having a boneyard. I walk from here to there. What do we have? Build with that.
And build stuff.
So you guys might not know this, but this wood is from the timber frame. We're still getting value from the
those
timber
logs.
frame. The wood chips are from the timber frame. This lumber is from the timber frame. It's ridiculous the amount of value we've gotten from those logs. And some of the pine that we're putting on the bottom for the kickboards is from the Wood-Mizer workshop 2 years ago. I remember cutting 1x pine thinking, what are we gonna use this for, trim?
Garden in 2 years.
Turns out we're using it for the garden beds.
we were kind of tallying up in our mind how much money we would have into this garden so far if we were to buy everything.
Yep.
And we estimated that this garden probably is a value of maybe $1,000 so far, right?
Yep.
Just between everything that we've brought in here. And to me, that's why a boneyard.
Yeah.
Is that there's so many projects on your property that's not the house. Like, a house isn't a home. The deck helps make the home, the garden helps make the home, and all these other little things that we've done. So even though we're not doing reclaimed materials on the house per se yet, there is just so many miles that we've gotten out of them.
Something we kind of learned with the cabin that was not an obvious lesson, but it was good to learn. There's really two ways to build something. You can start with a set of plans, which I think a lot of people do. When you do that, you create a lot of waste. If you go outside of most modern homes while it's being constructed, you'll find a dumpster. And that's because no real thought, but like less thought is given to maximizing the material and more thought is given to the design. And there's no greater offender than the custom home where it's like, you know what, whatever it takes, I don't care, big dumpster outside. Economical homes are more about maximizing each material. The other way to build something is to start with the material that you have and build around that. We did that with the cabin. It was really difficult because you're really limited, which of course is why people don't do it. This garden is an example of Alyssa really working around the materials that she had. And we could have drawn out a garden, gone to the internet, got garden plans, went down to the Do It Best Center and bought materials, and we would have had a beautiful garden. It would have been very expensive. But this is an example of what you can build if you start with the materials and you really think about what you need, and you just learn to work with the materials. We kind of realized when we were building the home, we fell into that trap. We wanted to build a beautiful home, and it turns out that building that thing from the ground up with reclaimed materials, I don't think we could do it.
Well, you could either build around your materials, or you could build the home that you want and make the materials match, in which case it doesn't work that way. But if you want to spend years going to auctions and collecting windows and roofing, then you could design a home around the materials you have.
And people do that.
And it's great.
It works.
That'd be a great project one day. It just didn't work for us.
For this house, we actually see houses in this area where there's like no two windows in the whole house that match, but they have no mortgage. So judge away.
Right.
Now, we were in a position where thankfully all of our windows match, but like we were prepared to not do that. And I think that's a beautiful lesson from this garden, is that there's two ways to achieve the same objective. One involves spending quite a bit of money, and this one doesn't. That's such a big box.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I think everyone's gonna be really, really excited.
I'm kind of excited. Like
about this.
This is like another one of those holy smokes emails we get. I'm just like, are you kidding me?
This is from Dave and Sandy. They're based out of Missouri.
Missouri, okay.
Oh, not yet. One more layer. One more layer.
Oh, tease, tease, tease. Oh boy. How cool is that? Oh my gosh. What is this thing?
3, 2, 1.
That's our house.
Isn't that crazy?
That's our garage doors.
Oh my gosh.
That's our man door.
This is an insect hotel. This attractive hotel provides a sheltered place for insects to call home. This home will encourage ladybugs and lacewings to set up house and keep those pesky aphids, yes, and mealybugs in check. Ladybugs and lacewings are essential natural predators by feeding on whitefly aphids and mites.
Beautiful.
The bees will snuggle up in the holes of the hotel over winter, and then in the spring they will be well rested to pollinate your gardens as the season progresses.
Genius.
Wow. Dave and Sandy, this is insane.
Let me look at it. So there's like pine cones behind this little mesh, and there's like a little man door, but it has a bee on it.
Yeah.
There's a little bee on the door.
Here's a like 8-foot garage door.
Is it a functional bee door? No.
No.
And
here's our living space.
Yep, this is that's about what it looks like right now.
Look, here's all of our trapezoid windows.
Look at that!
And the timber frame roof braces.
Look at that! What?
They even tried to mimic the standing seam roof.
I think they did a pretty good job.
And they nailed it.
They got better gutters than we do.
Look at this detail. That's very similar to what you did.
Better ridge kept than I built. This is so fun. Thank you. Yeah, this is fun.
It's almost too nice to put in the garden. Do you feel that way?
No, I mean,
but it is going to go in the garden,
yes, but
that's
no.
what it's for.
Well, to me, these are the things that make a garden a garden. Like
the
plants are
garden
good
that we all want, right?
Yeah, but like this little homey things, I don't know.
Where should we put this?
You know what? We're gonna have to take the time and think about it. I think because we don't want to move it. I think once we get it there. I mean, first of all, there's gonna be bees in it.
I feel like we'll want to mount it somewhere kind of high.
I agree.
I'm thinking maybe that corner.
Sold. Thank you again.
Thank you, Dave and Sandy.
I love the roof, guys. I mean, that's a little special place in my heart. Spent a lot of my life up on that stinking roof, and that ridge cap looks nice.
It does.